What's up guys, TC here and welcome back to Starbound Tips. Today we are covering the admin commands. Now this is not going to be an extremely in-depth video, but I'm going to show you guys most of the basics and most of the really important commands. So with that being said, let's jump right in. First and foremost, the most important thing you're going to want to know, and the very first way you're always going to start off all of your commands is going to be by entering into admin mode. So as long as you're on your own computer and basically not a server, you'll be able to do enter into admin mode by typing /admin. Hit enter and you'll see in the bottom left corner, admin privileges now given to player Swift Sapphire. Right now, an important thing to remember throughout this video is if you're just standing there and you're in admin mode, if you hit P, it will automatically redo the command you just did. So if I hit P there, it just said admin privileges taken away. Tap it again, you'll see admin privileges now given. So a little more of a definitive example here. Spawn item. Let's see. Let's try a rare dagger. There we go. So there's that. If we just hit P, you'll see we get a dagger and over again. Right? So all you want to do if you ever want to repeat a command, all you got to do is just tap P. And if you do have enter, if you just tap up on the arrow key, you can actually scroll through all of your little every command you have done in this during your time playing. So that's really convenient if maybe you forgot what it was or you need to get back to a command you put up earlier. So first and foremost, the most useful command you're probably going to use is the spawn item command. And this command, as you guys have seen in my recent series, is extremely in-depth. It can pretty much, it's entirely replaced. For those of you who watched my old command video, there used to be commands like spawn item and spawn sword, spawn shield. Those aren't around anymore. They were all replaced by spawn item. And so, for instance, we could do /spawn item. You can do like material, so like lunar base block, right? So that's all you do. Type that in. It gave me one there. You got to put a number on the back of it, so up to 1,000. Put that in. You'll drop it. And I think I think my inventory is full here. Yep. So let's get rid of something. There we go. So that's how you find that. And the important thing with the materials is you need to know your the material names, right? But if you wanted to do like say an item, so like okay, so for instance with the randomly generated items, there's basically 3 prefixes. There's common, uncommon, and rare. And then you have all the varieties of items. So like /spawn item, we go rare, and then shotgun, right? So that would give us a rare variety of shotgun. Or we could do uncommon dagger, right? And that's going to give us an uncommon variety dagger. Or common, let's see, broadsword, right? And that'll give us the common variety of a broadsword. And so that's how you kind of go about controlling all these different things you can spawn in. Now the next one here, actually, I'm going to speed up time real quick. This is another really important command. This is timewarp. I just don't want it to be too dark here. And what it is, you put in timewarp and then you put a number in, and the number is in seconds. So we're going to go 500 because it's a little bit late. There we go. So sun's coming up now. Important to note that with timewarp you cannot go backwards in time. You can only go forwards. So you always are just going to be jumping ahead. A negative number won't give you any outcome. But stepping back just a second, the spawn item command can also be used for custom items, or not custom, but pre-generated things. So like /spawn item seashell shield. So we'll get the shield here, which you guys you can find that on ocean biomes, or legendary items like I think it's the eye sword. Eye sword, is that what it's called? Yep, there you go. So that's how you just the thing is you got to know the actual name of the item you're spawning in before you can spawn it in. So I'm going to put in the description a link to a website that's going to allow you to look up every possible name for every possible item. It's very, very useful for this kind of stuff. So moving on from there, we're going to turn on the there's a little quick one here for spawnmonster. There's not a lot to it. This command is I've been trying to work on making custom monsters with this. Whoopsie, I just hit P by accident. Let's see. /spawnmonster. And for this one, again, we have those kind of prefixes. So we have things like small biped for like these little guys here. I need a weapon. Let's see. Let's get rid of that. And let's put this up here. There we go. So let's kill this guy real quick. There we go. And every time, again, if you tap P, you'll just keep spawning them in. That's how you can spawn in a bunch of monsters real quick. But there's others, though. There's small biped, small quadruped. There is small flying. There we go. Then there are the large variants of all that. So all those same ones we just saw there. Oopsie, large flying. There you go. Then there is, let's see, there's the individual unique monsters as well. Oh, actually, real quick, there is fish right there. So these little fish you can spawn in. you know, random fish. And then there, I think it is large fish. Let me double check here. I don't touch the fish one very often. Yeah, there you go. So if you want to spawn in large fish, you can have that. The next one, if you wanted to spawn in the pre-generated monsters, it's not that hard. So like Bob Fay. There we go. So these little guys here. Again, this is all about knowing the names of the monsters or whatever you're going to be spawning in. Again, if you put a level behind these things, so like here, we'll make a little bit of a stronger fish, although that really didn't help much. I've got a pretty strong armor on. Let's see. There you go. Much stronger fish here. Oh. Huh. I can't hit him. There we go. But, anyway, so that's how the spawn monster command is going to work. Up next, we're going to move on to the spawnnpc. So this is /spawnnpc. And for this one here, you're going to have, there's two main parts to it. So, for instance, I'm going to go with avian, if I want an avian. And then you need to select the role you want. So I'm going to go with a merchant. Oop, I can't spell. Merchant. So there we have that. And this is how you kind of spawn these guys in. And you can get some cool stuff here. You can play around. You can get varieties of things you don't normally find. So like shadow. So now we'll have a shadow merchant. We'll do, I think you can do the same thing with Finnerox as well. Finnerox? There we go. So yeah, you can spawn these guys in pretty easily. It's a little bit annoying because you can't really interact with them, so... and this is going to lead to my next little, what do you call it? Actually, hold on. I want to kind of show you guys some more roles real quick. I didn't mean to jump into that. So you have merchant, you got villager, which doesn't really change much for the Finnerox, but we can go with, like, what is it, guard, maybe? Yeah, there you go. You can get a Finnerox guard. You can get crew members. This is an important one here. You can spawn in crew members manually. So, like, you couldn't normally get a Finnerox crew member. One second, it's getting a little laggy here. I'm going to restart the recording. Okay, and so like I was saying, you can get Finnerox crew members, which you can't normally do in the game, I don't think. And the same thing, you can get Shadow People crew members. Yeah, so there's all kinds of roles. Again, you just have to go to the wiki, look up what the different roles are, because there's a crap ton of them. Way more than I could possibly show off in this video. But, leading up to our next command is the spawnliquid command. Now, a lot of people don't know about this one. Spawnliquid, I'm going to use this as a means to get rid of these guys. And all you do is spawn liquid, the name of the liquid you want to spawn, and so this one, for instance, I'm using lava because you can't damage your attendants or whatever, or, you know, random NPCs. So for these guys, it's a good way to get rid of them. I really don't want them around. Come on. There we go. So yeah, you can do things like spawn liquid lava or water or what other liquid you want, and then just put the amount you want in the end. And you can do some pretty crazy stuff here, like spawn liquid water 500. You'll see it creates this huge pool of water. And because we're above ground level here, it's just going to fade off in the background. But yeah, that's pretty fun there. Up next, we're going to move on into the spawn vehicle. So spawn vehicle. Now this one, the only thing that sucks about this one here is that unlike the NPCs and stuff like that, whenever you leave, these things will despawn. So let's see, what is it? I think human mech is still in. There you go. So you can still access this thing here. Let's see, what else is there? There is the Apex mech. Apex mech. Yeah, there we go. So you can get in that. These things are pretty incomplete and they're not very viable. So I mean, they're fun to play around with, but they're not really, they're incomplete, and that's why they're not in the base game. There's also some weird stuff in here, like ballista. This is actually a thing. So you can actually drive this thing, you can aim it, and you can actually get in and it launches you. Yeah, so yeah, it's pretty funny stuff. You can, there's all kinds of weird things in here. You can spawn in the boat. I think that's about all you can spawn in with the vehicle. There's a few other random things that aren't really, yeah, we don't need to show those off. What else are we? Moving on. Oh yeah, so the next thing I want to point out is, you won't be able to see it on this world, but it's basically /disablespawning. And so what this does, this is going to turn off monster spawning. So if you didn't want, like if you're just tired of monsters spawning on your planet, you can do disable spawning. And that's going to basically turn off all monster spawns. Now you'll still have to kill the ones that are living, but it's going to turn off all the spawning from then on out. And then if you say you want them to back, you can do enable spawning, right? So this is going to turn them back on. /enable spawning. So you'll see in the corner it will say disabled or enabled. Moving on from that, another important one here, since it's about to go sundown, it's probably a good time to show this one off. This one is fullbright. Now this is, for me, it's almost required for building, because I get so tired of having to worry about the sun going down and time warping. And so you'll see all fullbright does is it turns off the shading engine. So you'll see it's actually, there's no shadows, lighting doesn't do anything. Even when the sun goes down, it'll still be perfectly bright out. So this is very, very good for building and stuff like that, especially if you get tired of the sun going down on you over and over again. I will recommend that whenever you're building and you're working on your lighting for the building, maybe turn it off so you can tell, because the lighting engine is completely disabled here, so you won't be able to see how the lights you put up in your building will affect everything. Now another one here we should point out is set gravity. So let's see, /set gravity. This one allows you to adjust the gravity level of the planet you're on. I think default is 60 or 80, but we're going to set it to 20 real quick, and you'll see we can jump a lot higher, fall a lot slower. You can even do fun stuff like setting the gravity to 0. So when you jump up, you'll just go up continuously. You can even set it to a negative number. So we're actually flying upwards right now. Let's set it back down to, let's set it to 200. So we're going to come smashing down. Or we can set it to a negative number like -10, and you'll see we just kind of float up. So let's put it back down to 20. So now we're on low grav. Right now this is kind of like a moon. Yeah, this is about like an asteroid. Another thing is, if you feel that you are tired of that, or you want to get it back to the regular gravity, /reset gravity. That's all you got to do, and that will bring you back to your default gravity level for that planet. Now the very last one here I want to show off that's pretty cool. Actually, no, there's two. I apologize. There's two more. So the first one I'm going to show you is the placedungeon command. So we're going to go with one of the newer ones here. Let's see. /placedungeon human camp is what we're going to go with. And so you'll see here I actually trap myself in this little dirt. There we go. And this basically places down a dungeon of whatever variety you choose. So you could place down a high-lodal city or whatever you want. As you see, any kind of stuff we spawned in here kind of broke it a little bit, but you can see the idea of it is it spawns in whatever general little dungeon you pick. And this can even be cool stuff like the high-lodal cities or anything. Again, all you have to know is the name of the dungeon you want, and it's just placedungeon and then the name of it, and you can get any dungeon you want. And then occasionally you get little weird bugs like this where the terrain doesn't quite work. As you'll see, it's kind of weird because it's still telling me there's blocks here, but yeah. This is a pretty cool command, especially like for, instead of me having to hunt down those new NovaKid dungeons, I could just spawn one in. So we're going to go over here and we'll try that real quick. A little sneak peek at what's coming up. /placedungeon, yeah, NovaKid village. There we go. Now one annoying thing about this is I think these things are protected. No, they're not protected. Alright, good. There we go. So here you have it, one of the new, brand new NovaKid villages. I showed this off my last nightly video, and they've actually upgraded them a little bit since then. But yeah, nice little sneak peek here. We actually have NovaKid merchants for the first time ever. So yeah, very, very cool. Now this last command I'm going to show off is the warp command, and this one is going to be important for you to know if you wanted to like go directly to a mission or a certain location. /warp. Then you're going to put in instance world, and then you're going to put in a little. Basically, you're going to put in the location you want. So for us, we're going to put in, say, outposts. Right, and you'll see, give it a second. Take a moment to load up. And then you're going to warp over to the outposts. And this can be applied to any of the missions as well. So maybe we wanted to do, say, the avian mission. Well, avian mission, and all the missions end in a 1. I'm not sure why. So avian mission 1, high-lodal mission 1, whatever you want. Just hit that, and you'll see now we're actually going to warp to the avian mission. It does take a moment to warp because it has to generate these instance worlds. So we're going to warp over there in just a second. There it is. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's I hate that I didn't want to make, like, I've been hesitating to make this video for a while now because I felt that there weren't enough changes to the commands to warrant making a video, but I've had a lot of people asking for updated videos. So yeah, I just wanted to try to get it out of the way and maybe explain anything I left off the last video. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Please rate, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all later.